After more than 3 months of winter break, Formula One has arrived in Bahrain for the start of the 2023 season. And yeah, the winter test saw Max Verstappen appear towering favourite for this show, but can someone spring a surprise? Who knows? But Formula One has been coming to Bahrain since 2004, hosting the first Middle Eastern Grand Prix that year. The race was initially held during the day, but has become an evening race since 2014. And yeah, an evening race was organised for the anniversary edition, but it was a success, and it's been repeated ever since. In 2020, the country was called upon twice to host a race. Apart from the Bahrain Grand Prix, there was also the skier circuit that was used for the shorter lightning fast outside track that was providing lap times of under a minute. Verstappen may have 15 races to his name in 2022, but Bahrain wasn't one of them. The reigning world champion has never won the race and will be only too happy for that to change this weekend. Together with Red Bull, Verstappen hopes to kick off the season with a win and thus make a stronger start than last year. Lewis Hamilton still has the highest number of overall wins in Bahrain. The Mercedes driver won 5 times at the circuit, followed by Seb Vettel with 4 and Fernando Alonso with 3. The latest race winner is Charles Leclerc, who made a strong impression in the opening round of 2022. Except for the Sakir Grand Prix, every race in Bahrain so far has been hosted at the Bahrain International Circuit, designed by Helmut Tilke. Construction began in 2002 and was completed in 2004 as the track was put into use for the first time. The Bahrain International Circuit has everything an F1 circuit needs. There are long straights for overtaking into hard zones to outbrake a competitor, as well as fast and slow corner sections. The 2022 race showed this and sent a strong message for the rest of the season. Verstappen and Leclerc fought intensely, but for the Red Bull, race ended in drama, of course. Both Verstappen and teammate Sergio Perez closed out in the closing stages with some technical problems after Ferrari would cruise to a double victory with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz having a 1-2. While it was always difficult to make a prediction, though, this year based on winter testing, it does seem Red Bull are very consistent. They look fast, consistent and reliable. At the same time, probably no one has shown the back of their tongue yet. The test also went smoothly for Ferrari, a bit less for Mercedes, but still pretty solid. But yeah, you can't really rule them out. Because we've seen what they could do in the past. Toto Wolff fears Red Bull is currently unbeatable, and it's quite possible that Lewis Hamilton and George Russell will be fearing Aston Martin as well, which also seems to have made great strides. But yeah, as for the weather forecast this weekend, we shouldn't expect anything crazy from Bahrain, of course. What the teams do have to take into account is the rising temperature during the weekend. According to weather.com, the maximum temperatures will be 24 degrees on Friday, 26 on Saturday and 27 on Sunday. It's also possible wind will pick up. The reigning constructors champions, though, Red Bull, looked rock solid during winter testing, which went virtually trouble-free for them. The opening race is widely expected to be a battle between them and Ferrari like last year, although this time it's the Austrian team that seems to have the edge. While Ferrari excelled in qualifying last year, and they focused on race pace for this year. Leclerc predicted as a result the SF23 would probably be faster on the straights, but instead struggled a bit in the corners. In contrast, qualifying was actually a focus for Red Bull. In addition, what will be seen to the extent Mercedes has some catching up to do. Toto Wolff's team did not make a rock solid impression during testing, which struggled to find the right balance. Hamilton in particular seemed to struggle with the W14. Moreover, the second day of testing came to an early end to Russell with a hydraulic issue. However, they've indicated their setup problems are easy to fix. It's therefore a matter of time to see whether the team manages to connect with the top during the first GP weekend, or will it be Aston Martin who will make a very strong impression during the test? For McLaren, things look less rosy for the time being. Not only did Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri run into technical problems, they also fell behind in terms of speed, which is concerning. But yeah, for this race weekend, of course, it will all be streamed on Sky Sports F1 in the UK, Channel 4 highlights, F1 TV in a lot of places around the world now if you want to watch it. And the UK times, FP1 is 11:30 to 12:30, same with FP3, and second free practice and qualifying in the race obviously on Friday, Saturday and Sunday all get underway at 3 o'clock. In Thursday, of course, it was the first media day of the season. There's lots going on, lots of quotes going around and talking about everything like that. And obviously, we had teams playing down their chances like they normally do. And then you have Max Verstappen saying, "Where has the car improved?" everywhere, which sends a pretty ominous warning out. But yeah, good to hear from the rookie drivers. Fernando Alonso trying to hide his optimism. Mercedes saying they still got some work to do, but do have some major upgrades coming. So yeah, maybe Red Bull will have a bit of an advantage at the start. But yeah, it could very well juice up as the season goes on. But moving on then to the actual on-track action, and it was Sergio Perez who topped the first session, first official session, I should say, of 2023. And yeah, he topped over Fernando Alonso and the Aston Martin by quite a healthy margin. Max Verstappen 6 tenths back. But yeah, I mean, the times here were kind of 1.7 seconds. I think Perez was slower than his actual testing time. So yeah, I think that in a way this was kind of like an extended test session where you couldn't read much into it. So yeah, can't really comment too much on that. But yeah, good start for Red Bull. But in FP2, it was Fernando Alonso who topped the timings, beating Max Verstappen, beating Sergio Perez, beating Charles Leclerc, all on their qualifying runs, and their race pacing's right there too. Red Bull very competitive. I still think they'll probably have an edge come qualifying, but yeah, still so incredible to see Alonso at the top. Ferrari looking strong on race pace. Nico Hulkenberg up in 5th, great job from him. Lewis Hamilton down in 8th to lead Mercedes. Yeah, their pace seems to be nowhere, so hugely frustrated for Mercedes. They'll be hoping for an overnight fix, as doubtful as that may seem. But yeah, moving on into my predictions for this weekend, and I'm going to say on pole will be Max Verstappen. Yeah, I'd absolutely love an Alonso pole, I can't lie, but to be honest, I think it will go to Max. Yeah, I think the Red Bull still is hiding a bit, and will have enough. I'm going to say I'll take the win with Leclerc coming in second. I can see him qualifying quite well, maybe not having a race pace, but still coming second. And in third, I'm going to say Alonso. Yeah, he'll qualify her up, and the race pace looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna stick my neck on the line and say Alonso podium. I would bloody love to see it happen. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, F1 news and subscribe to my channel if you see F1 news and subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.